Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Queer There Everywhere. Like, comment, subscribe, please. Today on my couch in Glitzy Boudoir, I have two non-binary angels with me. They're both drag artists and stars in their own right. I have the amazing singer-songwriter, Aussie drag legend Cazeleon with me, and my little circus fairy queen, the gorgeous Lucinda B.Hind. So let me give a question. I'll start with you, and then you can have a little think about the answer. But I'll shit. Yep. How are you really?
How am I really? You know what? My cup right now is very full.
Ooh.
And it's full of warm, creamy, wholesome goodness. Should beautiful vegan. Have vegan? Yeah, it's keyword. So I hope it tastes like oats. Oats, pineapple, yeah, mentally pineapple sauce. Soothing, nice smooth. No, I'm good. I genuinely really I'm feeling nice and rejuvenated at the moment, which is lovely. The wear and tear of London does get to you after a while, but in this moment in time, we're feeling good. We're feeling ready. We're feeling 2025 is here. I'm here.
I'm queer.
Just a little. I'm gonna fucking shout it from the rooftops. So sing out, Lou.
You look
Beautiful as you are. I just got back from Mexico. I do just get back from Mexico. Yes.
Yeah.
What did you learn out there? I learned a very fabulous salute. Oh, a salute, like a little cheers. They say, "Come on then, arriba,
arriba,
abajo,
abajo,
al centro,
al centro,
adentro,"
adentro.
which means inside. And then you take the shot. The shot of what? Oh, mezcal.
Oh, mezcal. And what does it mean? It's just like cheers.
Oh yeah, so it's like up, just drink up, down, out, in, up, down, out, in, which is generally, you know, highlight. It's like lolling a corn. Precisely calling upon the witchy cows that we had.
Yeah.
No, it's a nice salute to get absolutely sloshed, and there were a lot of mezcal shots to be had in Mexico. It was beautiful. It was lovely.
So you feeling all rejuvenated?
I'm feeling rejuvenated, nothing, a little bit of sunshine. Can't solve. Turns out that most of that depression is just a real lack of vitamin D that we had in this country. Yeah, and also just a bit of R&R, a bit of, relaxation and recouping of the mind, doing a bit of a nervous system reset, thinking, feeling, doing all that reflecting.
I love a parasympathetic nervous system reset. Breath work is my favorite during yoga. Like my favorite is inhale, let, exhale, go. Inhale, Kylie. Exhale, Danny.
Put the nail on a words. Be in me. No, Daddy is probably my fave. She always has the I know I love your dad so badly.
It used to be when Danny's music was out, because she was just a bit badder, wasn't she? She's a bit more like rock and roll, and then I'm not, and she had a along with the lesbian renaissance that we're all currently enjoying. On I Kissed a Girl, she was just like so fabulous.
Oh my god, she was actually quite strong.
The out,
Yeah. She was very deadpan as well, which I quite enjoyed.
Oh yeah, she's got. She said some of the interviewers asked her
about like what work and did, and she went, "My legs never age."
It's like you love Kylie, I loved it, but I had coffee with Kylie. Coffee with Kylie.
She hasn't been on the podcast yet.
Where did you have coffee with Carly?
So I was in the Costa.
Kylie, now
It was Honolulu Street, and I was there doing some like shoe thing, and there's this tiny little like coffee shop, and I went in, and I saw on my right hand side, I was like, that's Kylie Minogue. I was like this, so I went over and I was like, "Ugh." So I was in sushi, I driven out in flat white, and I like turned around, and the only seat in the entire little
like postage stamp of a coffee shop was next to Kylie Minogue. So I was like, okay, well, I'm sitting down. I'm not, because I just knew if I told the gays, okay, that I was in the same coffee shop as Kylie and I didn't say hello and I didn't get photographic evidence of babes. So I sat down and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna wolf this down, so that, you know, that's all done. And then I can just like speak to her. And then so I wolfed it down. And then as I'd finished, she got up to leave and I went, I'm so sorry to bother you. And I was like very starstruck. And I said, I feel like I'm meeting the queen. I just love you so much. I just really have to say hello. She went, oh, what's your name? I was like, Darren. She went, oh, that's my brother's name. And I was like, oh, I was like, oh yeah. She's like, how are you? I was like, oh yeah, I just came here for like a coffee and a sushi. She went, oh yeah, you had that quick, didn't you? So she was on to me. She's on to me. Oh, yeah, I was like, oh, can I get a selfie, please? So I got my phone out. And then she went, oh, the light's better that way. And I was like, okay. So we like turned around, got the selfie. And then as she was leaving, she went, bye, Tara, lovely to meet you. She remembered my name. And I was like, oh, that's sweet. She's the nation's sweetheart. We love Crew. We love the Minogues. We love Danny as well. We love you, Danny. She's the Carly. Yeah, she's the queen, the queens of Australia. I forget. Yes, they are. And you have got some very exciting things happening this year. You've got your first single coming out. Yes, I do. I've got, the EP is on its way. The EP is, how many songs did we get? 8? We're going to get 7 songs. Never 7 songs. All of it? What's it? All original, all originals. And if there is an 8th, it will be the cover of Back to Black that I do, which you do beautifully. Thank you very much, I love. My little homage to the lioness herself. But yes, so EP is on its way. First single coming out very soon. Just doing the final little tweaks and touches. We're going to be releasing 2 versions. There will be the up-tempo, and then there will be the slow jam. So yeah, very excited for this next era of. What's the vibe? What's it called? What's the vibe? The vibe is neo soul, contemporary blues. Thinking Amy Winehouse and thinking Lana Del Rey. But you want to add some queer sprinkle onto it. That is me. The EP will be called Kismet, which in Turkish means destiny and fate. But in the way I'm spelling it, I'm also spelling because the way that we spell girl in Turkish, which is K-I-Z. So we K-I-Z-M-E-T, which will be the title of the EP. And the first single, Deep Fake, will be dropping very soon. So yes, and you will have heard a little snippet of it. Oh yeah, playing for you. Yeah, playing for you now. Right now. Shall I play right now? Right now. Insert snippet here. Insert. Now, wasn't that wonderful? I'm so proud of you. Thank you very much. Thank you. More queer artists and musicians during this. Yes, I mean, it's a short of something. It is that now is the time. How fabulous of the Grammy lineup, the Grammy winners, the Grammy nominees, and like all of that sapphic energy and power. We are here for it. It's time for the girlies. The girls and the bays to take over. Yeah, I'm living for it. Just so obsessed with all the music coming out because there was a bit of a dearth for a while. There wasn't anything. And then we got Billy, we got Chapel, we got like, all of this. Yeah, I mean, there's always good music, but there is the girlies are having a moment. Yeah, it's great, and hopefully the the quality, see, the coolness, the authenticity. Like that's like people are changing the game. The girlies changing the game, like having really cool things to Charlie XCX and totally, yeah, doing it their way and just standing up and saying this is how I want to do it, rather than allowing labels and bigger people. Like obviously there is still going to be a level of things that are going to come from higher up, but it feels like we are in an age where people are really like standing up against and not allowing themselves to be as puppeteered by those things like Host Me Too and like Chapel Roan standing up to that photographer was like such a like lesbian Joan of Arc moment. I was just like, see this? Oh, it was amazing. Obviously, this photographer was really rude to her, like on another like carpet, and then she saw him again. She went, "You were really rude to me. I want an apology." No, I remember you. You were really rude to me. I demand an apology now. I deserve an apology. Don't you dare take photos of me. It was fierce, a game changer.
Like I've never seen anyone ever call out like in such a
Direct, clear way.
direct, clear. Like it was just she's a badass.
I love how, yeah, it's great. And people have said enough is enough, and it's really empowering. There's enough is enough. Can't go. And you've been on your travels as well, haven't you, Charlie?
Yes, wasn't her.
Thailand
Thailand.
at Circus School, and you're going to Mexico
Tomorrow.
Wow.
Tomorrow.
And you're doing another circus training.
Yeah, but I'm basically giving myself 3 months of the year this year to really focus on developing my circus skills,
Yeah.
specifically across aerial, and to develop the kind of relation between movement and circus, to then implement that within my solo show that's in development, which I got Arts Council funding, which I'm going to be developing when I return, called She's Behind You. As a homage to queer greats. So yeah, again, just relaying information of queer stories of the past and also present, and trying to just keep our stories being told and shared and inspired, and create work that's inspired by these people.
Are you singing, are you going to perform Shop Dress Them?
Oh, right. What I was thinking of doing was doing a playlist of all my friends' songs before the shows. So for the pre-show, I want to very much have queer. I was talking to Cassandra about this earlier, actually. And I really want to I want to make sure that the people that are making art and queer art, especially in today, are also have the chance to also have their music played in other shows, other events, other spaces. Because we got to support each other and help each other. So as a pre-show, I just want to have loads of my friends playing music.
Easy to do.
Exactly, you want to be supportive.
Well, that's a good tip for anyone watching. If you have friends who are releasing music, something that's free and fun and a great little thing to do, create a playlist, add all of your friends' songs in there, and then when you go to bed every night, you put that tucking playlist on repeat with your headphone all the way down so you can have less snooze.
So you can't hear it.
You don't know. Super. Yeah, honestly, it's a very simple thing, but it pushes into our algorithm. Something cost bigger, absolutely.
You're nothing, cost you a bunch, and to especially like making music and like just all art it costs a lot. It's a lot to do. We're putting our heart and soul in it, so the least you can bloody well do is like, comment, subscribe, follow, add it to a playlist, stream it, yeah. And do you know what would be really supportive of you actually? Is you to give me these. They're so
Bought these on my travels in Bangkok. I just finished watching the Calypso Cabaret show, which is the all trans girl show in Bangkok. Amazing Vegas style girl show. I fell into this designer shop next door, and I thought, I just love this. I thought,
Amazing.
well, we're quite kind of giving twin vibes, actually.
We are two peas in a pod, two cis peas, yin and yang.
You're Pisces.
Dear Parser, Birdshot is exactly the same.
Yeah, both charts the same. We're born a day in a year, not a year. A day was 7 years apart. As you can tell, this is obviously 7 years older than I is. But no, it's our season. We've just ended Pisces, so just
No, we're beginning Pisces season.
yeah, we'll just enter Pisces.
Oh, at least it ended.
No, we've just
Ends season. That's it.
I wish something would enter me. You know, so me. Well done.
you've got a lot about all the creepy crawlies down under. who play-
Yeah, but I love creepy crawlies. People keep saying to me, "Oh, you're not scared of the spiders and the reptiles and snakes." I was like, "No, I love all that. I love that."
You know what? I just got used to being surrounded by insects, reptiles.
I don't want mosquitoes.
Yeah,
I know a lot of Aussies are bad.
I heard that you got to wear the deep disease stay.
Oh,
CJ has to do to go like yeah, that's serious. And I'm a bit like disease, but you'll be fine.
your prioritize will be fine.
Slip slash swap.
Slip, slap, and swap. Yeah, factor 50. Yeah. What are you most excited about? The nature. Yeah,
That's the thing I'm most excited about is living by the ocean, having
surf and mountains and all of that, like just
Activities at your fingertips, like exercise and well-being, health.
I have all that here. I don't have. I want like nature. Like the dolphins in Adelaide, like wild dolphins. Dolphins are my spirit animal, and like to go like wild dolphin swimming and like laughing. We're on the shamanic journey. It's hardest animal. And it's just so cute. So since kayaking dolphins. I'm looking most forward to the nature, the food, the sunshine, having a car. I'm gonna get like a little like pink mini convertible soft top and just be Melbourne Beach Barbie. I'm
See that.
looking forward to like decorating the new gaff and having like a guest room and having like a bit of like growny uppy sort of like vibes. A new chapter. There's loads of yoga there.
Yeah.
I've always, because I've got family in Sydney, I've got a lot of friends in Sydney, and I've always felt, I've been out 9 times now over the years, and when I leave, I always get really, really upset, and I've always felt such a call to Australia, and yeah, and every winter in London, I threaten my friends with like that I'm leaving for like the last 15 to 20 years. That's how I'm like, I can't do the SAD. The weather does get me down. I'm sensitive, especially with ADHD. Like the environment is a lot. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's wet. It's cold. It's very grey. There's no air. Like there's no space. It's like, there's lots of wonderful things. I love this city very, very much. But I know that for my mental health, my wellness, that is the right place for me. I'm looking forward to. There's a queer yoga class once a month, and they all go to the pub afterwards. I'm looking forward to finding some groove friends, but I'm gonna miss you both. Very much. That's okay. We'll just be hot to skip and a jump away. Hot down at 24. Get down. Use on ace, sir. Melbourne girl. Melbourne non-girly, but I like to bop about all over the place. And you're both coming to stay.
I need to come down under. I'm dying to go. I need to.
Yeah. You were talking about moving there, weren't you?
No, I really want to move to Thailand now.
Oh, Thailand now. I was like, really well in that. Medical. Oh yeah, we'll just Australia.
Okay, we're all gonna move.
We'll all do a big reshuffle. We're gonna go to a reshuffle. Well, do you know what? Lucky Australia, Mexico, and Thailand.
Actually, I can't imagine I will actually move to Thailand, but it's a dream. So
Dreams are just things that you haven't realized yet.
it's true.
You look so dreamy in this little hood, baby. So let's get on the level. Yeah. Oh, everyone went silent then. Oh, yeah, I don't know. So on the level, talk to me both about your identity growing up as queer, as you, as me, growing up as me. I think well, I guess even though we maybe didn't have the vocabulary or the words for it, then I've always felt other. I think which is a sense that a lot of queer people do feel growing up. And it was very obvious for me even at a very young age. I was kind of quite introverted extrovert, so yeah, I was very shy growing up. Didn't have a whole heap of friends, but I had some imaginary friends, which were great. But that seemed to like, woo. And then when I did eventually make friends, they were also all this sort of other little queerdos in school, and we sat there eating grass at lunch. And I was like, yeah, this makes sense. So I think like when I think about queerness as a like in the broader spectrum and this sort of sense of feeling other, that has always been present in my life. And then I think through different stages discovering different things that I love that also helped build this sense of who I am, like my love for performing arts. Starting quite young, and then that sort of brought me out of my shell a little bit, and then I met this community of people who also love like performing, and that was like a really big awakening. And then I went through like quite a few of those sorts of moments, I think, to end up where we had now, which is many years later in London. And London for me, I think definitely when it comes to like my queer identity and how I identify, London was a very big, amazing gear shift, because up until that point, I hadn't I had chosen family in Australia, obviously. I don't think I'd really experienced anything as subversive as like the queer scene in London, East London particularly.
Yeah.
And it really, I remember it was the first time I went to a Sink the Pink, like when I first moved here, and I just remember being in that crowd and being like, wow, I found my tries. Like everything was celebrated. And I think particularly what resonated with me is like femininity was celebrated. And I hadn't really experienced that before. And I think I was trapped with a lot of like ideas and toxic masculinity and these ideas of like how I had to be, and like there was a lot of femme shaming that happened that I experienced. I'm sure I was the only one. So I think coming to a place like East London and being in an environment where it was like uplifted and celebrated was just, yeah, it changed a lot of things, in an amazing way for me.
Yeah.
Led to me like performing, which also helped me like discover my non-binary identity. And like I would say that drag and cabaret have informed my real life, as my real life has informed that as well. Like they have worked symbiotically. And yeah, it feels like being an onion that's been slowly being peeled back over the years. Very cool to you're authentic, and there's more to be peeled. Like I can feel like there's still layers.
Oh,
Well,
always,
like
always.
and the journey, particularly with like gender and expression, the journey's going to keep going, and that's quite fun. I think not having a set idea for myself in terms of like where I'm going to end up is part of the beauty of the experience that we have, and living in a fluid way. Yeah, I mean, like, oh, see, oh no, now it's gonna go here. Yes, and so yeah, that is, like other varies, like growing up in a Turkish household and growing up in this backdrop of like coming from a Turkish family, but growing up in Australia. So very juxtaposing things have always been there in my life, like the culture of being Turkish and uh, Australian culture, whatever that is. They're very different things, and both environments aren't environments necessarily where being queer for me growing up was particularly celebrated or spoken about a lot. So it's taken a while to get to where we are now, but it's lovely that all those parts of myself can live in harmony.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for that.
Do you think it's changed in Australia and Turkey?
I think so. I think definitely like the world has changed and progressed. But there's obviously a long way to go. But like I think when I even think about my experience in Australia, even compared to when I was growing up there to what it's like now, like I go back every year, and I try and go back every year anyway. And it has developed, and like things have progressed and mentalities have changed, and there is still a long way to go, but it's happening. The community has gotten broader. There are different pockets of it that didn't exist when I was growing up, and I kind of feel like if those things had existed when I was growing up, maybe I wouldn't have made the move. But I moved when I had to. I think, yeah, I didn't even know exactly why I was going to move here, but I just knew that something was calling me and that I needed to go and explore. And I think it was for that reason. But yeah, it has grown, and I think it will continue to. It's just different. Obviously, it's the UK is also a lot older as well, and well, I say older, but the UK has got a longer history of sort of underground cultures as well, in a way that Australia is still relatively a bit behind compared to that.
I mean, I would like to talk on that. So, I was in Adelaide in October, like checking it out, and I was on the beach and I had my t-shirt off, and I put two men in love on my chest. Obviously, I'm very visibly queer and blah blah, and some gammon shouted something. So I had a lot of like anxiety about it. So obviously, like triggers everything and blah blah. Then I come to terms with it because it's like, well, being our authentic selves, we've got to take the joy with the other side of it.
you know? I mean, we don't have to take it, like, but it's like, what if you're being authentic, it is gonna trigger some people. Even in London, I get stuff. I get stuff in and out of drag. In fact, I get less stuff in drag. Speaking of, people are more scared. But like I get, people like shouting stuff even in London. And I don't know if it's a mood of like how everything politically is going. But things are gonna change because the way I'm dealing with it is I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna raise the fucking vibration, baby. And yeah, that's like, I'm gonna be more unapologetically myself. Well, a couple of Aussies were like, well, there's this tall poppy syndrome and da 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 and everything. They don't like people to be too like out there. But they were both from two straight. So this bit of like hair was like driving me nuts. You see it like look. Yeah. They were both from two straight girls. So I'm like, well, you know what? And I thought about that and I was like, oh, do I have to like rein myself in? And I thought, no, absolutely not. Why should I? There's um I'm gonna be unapologetically myself because unapologetically unapologetically myself is I'm very lovely and kind and silly, and so I'm gonna go share that. And if some people are annoyed by it, well, do you know what? That's their business.
And that's nothing to do with me. People resonate with authenticity at the end of the day, and I think if you're trying to be a version of yourself that is not you,
It's exhausting.
it's also, well, one, you're not gonna feel great. You don't know it's you, and it's like the mirror, the muting yourself or making yourself. And two, yeah, something might be aligned, and it'll be up. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think also, these are all generalizations, straight down to us. Well,
Yeah.
like, yeah, pinch of salt. You'll go there, and your experience with it will be your experience, and it's going to be completely different to what my experience was, to what Lulu's will be when it's
I spoke to Chat GPT about it, and it's said to be yourself. Yeah, it's said to be fearless. Look, I Chat GPT. Look how far it's got you so far, so that's why. Yeah.
That's good to know, actually.
All right, your turn. Come on. What was the question? Spill your guts. You're growing up, your identity, your sexuality.
To be honest, I kind of echo a lot of what Caz says. I'm growing up in queerness and femininity and the blur and all that kind of stuff. But growing up kind of working class, queer person in the miners' villages up north, it's like such a different vibe to obviously what we're doing right here today.
Yeah.
Like a big, I'm sorry.
How was mine in town as well, Jen?
Yeah, like it's a lot.
It's a
And
lot.
you find, there are the odd like
It's probably well you class.
yeah, and you spot each other. You met the other girl, and you find each other because you're the only ones walking around the villages. Like, oh god. And then anyway, so I knew that I wanted to move to London quite quickly and so to do the whole drama school, dance school thing. So did all of that.
Let's check on it again.
I went to Rosebery in the area.
Roseberyford, and where did you go? Whopper. Yeah, we're all trained, aren't we?
Yeah.
It makes a difference, people. Yeah. Yeah, you have to pay more for therapies.
Then, but then I just kind of echo a lot about what Kaz says about kind of the journey of London, finding your tribe and your people, and more importantly, aligning with your true self and how you're supposed to express. And I've really found that here in London with the chosen family that I found. I could not go through my life without the people I've made. My family. By saying made my family, hopefully they want to be my.
Oh, it's making me sad because it's taking me years to find you two. My drag sister.
So once the connection is there, it's an international community. We should making an international global network of queers, and we are always out for like learning that from traveling. You meet people all over, and you continue to help each other no matter how much you know them.
And then it's like, we're going like do our things, like, grow in all these different ways and like the changes. And like, if you're not scared, if you're not walking towards fear, you're not growing.
You're not growing at all.
And you're not changing. And it's like we're constantly like learning, and then we come together and we go more.
More silliness we all to watch, yes.
Oh.
Exactly. Yeah.
And beauty. I say silliness, sacred silliness, talent, art, authenticity, love, wisdom,
Passion.
compassion, hope.
And a good baby cream.
God damn, maybe just a baby. Each sister. Like we say.
Trowel it all done. That's all like mine. It should. Yeah. And okay, let's wrap it up because we're both out on the town, darling. Whilst I've still got I don't know where we're going.
I don't know what we're doing. It was
I've got one final question before we go and enjoy ourselves. And my question for you both is: if you had a twin, what advice would you give to them? I'll start with you.
If I had a twin, what advice would I give them?
Move out the way.
And what advice? Dad never loved you and not at all. No. My advice to my twin would be, whenever you get that voice in your head that says, "Oh, I want you to think of me," and think of me saying, I would say, to my twin, I would say,
Get out of the way!
To my twin, I would say, believe in yourself more. Trust yourself more. That's what you need to say to your inner critic. Slap him on the face. Or I'd say, are you having fun? You having fun?
Maybe I am under you.
So yeah, sorry for terrible advice, but
What was the advice?
that's all.
Get me out of it. The advice would be, don't forget to have fun.
That's a good one.
Don't forget to have fun.
I don't think your twin would forget to have fun.
Sugar like me. Yeah. I want to add on to the question. What will make the 8-year-old version of yourself the most proud in your lifetime, and what will give your 80-year-old self the most peace in your lifetime?
What would make the 8-year-old version the most proud of myself? I think 8-year-old me would be pretty proud of where I am. I think. I don't think 8-year-old me could have quite possibly seen this. No, he would be fucking.
And isn't that amazing? Because like we like to carve out what we have carved and created in such adverse situations in such a world that where we have to do quite a lot.
Fearlessly express at the end of the day, and like you cannot. That's not a lie against ourselves. We're being so true ourselves. We express it without fear. Well, I do fear sometimes, but
Yeah.
there's no other way. You can't lie about how you want to live your life.
And I had always hoped at that age and time growing up I had always hoped that it would get better. And when I say better, I just mean in terms of like how I felt. And I think it has so much better. It's gotten, doesn't mean it's gotten easier. There have been a lot of hardships that have also, and things that we've had to overcome purely because we are also in marginalized communities. But even with those struggles, I have never felt more united with so many other people who have felt the same way. So it has gotten better, even though all we have to face has gotten not necessarily harder. It becomes harder the more you realize and you get older. It's that knowing that I'm not doing it completely alone, that I have a family, a chosen family, or as I said, the biological family and then your logical family, the logical family, that makes sense. Yeah.
And your 8-year-old the most peace?
What's going to give my 8-year-old the most peace in your life? What would give my 8-year-old the most peace in my life would be that at some point, hopefully very soon in my life, I started to pat myself on the back a little bit here and there. I think, as well as moving forward, having a moment to stop and look back, and also like, I don't think we do that enough as society, as people. We stride towards our goals, and we always talk about the goals, which is amazing. But I think it's also healthy, and something that we don't do enough is also look at what we have achieved, however big or small that is. So I think 8-year-old me would be happy if I did some more of that in my life.
Right, give yourself a physical pat on the back.
Yeah.
And I want you to tell us that, because it's like, give yourself a good talking to and be like, how dare you be so hard on yourself? Like, and like think like of where you started, all you've achieved, who you are, not like just who you are creatively and what you bring to the world with that, but like who you are as a person, like you know, and you know, because all that stuff is programming. All right, and let's do a mantra for you. Hold on. Say, like I say, I love myself. I love myself. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself. I love my body.
I love my body.
I am my own best friend.
I am my own best friend.
I can do anything.
And I can do, they can do anything. Yes, you cute. You love you. Your turn.
Again, repeat the questions.
So, she got medicated, yes.
It's coming. It's coming.
I want to know, what advice would you give to your twin, and what would make your 8-year-old self the most proud and give your 80-year-old self the most peace?
I would say to my twin, um, keep just keep doing it, keep going, keep living, just say yes sooner. Don't be so scared so early on. Like, be more fearlessly confident from the get go. Trust your gut. Always trust your gut. It is never lies. You feel it. It's your feeling is correct. Your intuition is correct. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Your intuition is so strong when you have ADHD.
It's literally, I was really tuned into it over the past like 2 years. It's like, wow, and see, whenever I feel it like that, and then whenever I communicate whatever or find out or whatever, it's my gut has always been right. And so now I would always trust that feeling and follow with my gut. Yeah.
I've got some reviews for that.
The need, no. So yeah, that, and then what's the other one?
What will make your 8-year-old self the most proud?
Yeah, again,
That's the same thing. Yeah, and the twin, that's the same advice. Yeah. Lucinda, see, give your 80-year-old self the most peace. What do you think will bring you the most peace?
the heels.
Feel. And your instinct is telling you to do your Reiki attunement, right?
I really want to get into Reiki because I'm like, I wanna start practicing my witchcraft. And what is that? For me, I'm really into energy. That was beautiful, and that's the one Tyrant who was exploring it and learning it, and I was really interested, and I was like, oh. So I'd quite like to potentially follow through with that. Yeah,
I love that for you.
yeah.
I did my energy attunement years ago, and I love it. It's wonderful.
It's so special, and the sound healing as well.
That's something that I want to do. I want to have all the crystal bowls, and yeah. I mean, the first time I met my husband, actually, Jonas in Dawson Sort of his store, he said to me, one of the questions he asked me was, what is your dream? And I said, to live by the beach in a warm country and have my own yoga studio.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, you know, I might get some crystal balls. Yeah, I love all that.
It's gonna manifest it. You're gonna believe it.
Demon festive, woman festive.
Yeah.
Now your mantra term. You ready?
Yeah, really.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I am my own best friend.
I am my own best friend.
I love my body.
I love my body.
I am proud of myself.
I'm proud of myself.
I can do anything.
I can do anything.
Yes, yes, come on. I am going to put all of the ads for these wonderful human beings, these my soul sisters, these magical fairies. So you can follow them, follow their work, and support them. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. That could be a new girl band. Like, comment, subscribe. I will be the commenting one. Love you all. Be kind to yourself and each other. Take care.